Dave Campbell's Texas Football Instant Reactions presented by Chicken Express. We just crowned our 4A D1 champions back-to-back. China Spring pulling it out 24-21 over Boerne. I mean, it sounds cliche to say a tale of two halves, but the China Spring defense in particular, half to half, night and day.
Yeah, this game was won in the second half by China Spring's defense. Boerne came out like a house on fire. They had 232 yards of offense in the first quarter.
21-0.
A big lead. And then after about the first quarter and a half, China Spring really locked down and allowed their offense time to kind of find their rhythm and kind of get going. It took a little while for China Spring and Cash McCullum that offense to get going. But once China Spring got going, the train got rolling quick.
I was about to say, Tristan Exline had their final touchdown of the night, 66 yards in the fourth quarter. And then, of course, they kick a game-winning field goal as time expires. And the last two drives, one from Boerne, was a very draining drive from Boerne, and that kind of winded the clock down. They get a stop. I believe they got a stop, right? Or was it a turnover? I couldn't remember exactly.
They punted.
They punted, that's right. So the China Spring got a stop.
Short punt.
Yes. Yeah. And then China Spring said, basically, we're not going to give the ball back. Yeah. And they drained the clock all the way down the field themselves. Game-winning field goal. I mean, our second game-winning field goal of the week, of course, in the 3A D1 game as well. But, yeah, like you said, like Boerne came out, 21-0 lead. Braden Bays had two touchdowns, I believe. He had the one broken play, tip pass right in his hands. Boom, there he goes. And it looked like things were just going to go Boerne's way.
Absolutely.
And credit to China Spring and the coaching staff for saying, hey, look, those are like freak plays, right? That wasn't like them dominating or getting dominated. And sure enough, like you mentioned, they bowed up. Offense came out. They weren't explosive except for that Tristan Exline run, but they just kept things going. They were able to hold on to the ball, give their defense some rest. And, man, you see why I mean, I know this is Beatty's first year as head coach, but you see why they're defending champs regardless.
Yeah, they got a championship pedigree, and I felt like once China Spring's offensive line was able to at least hold off that Boerne defensive line a little bit, Cash McCullum kind of settled in a little bit, was able to make some throws. China Spring's got a lot of weapons. You got Barton, Exline, Hafford, all who can make plays. And I thought China Spring in the second half really was able to exploit some matchups against that Boerne defense, and really they were able to move the ball quite easily, while Boerne in the second half, it was just a grind to get a first down for those guys.
I was about to say,
They really struggled just to move the football consistently, and then, one bad thing happened, gets them off schedule, and now they're having to punt. And that's kind of what happened late in the game. And then, special teams were huge in this game. It's 21-21. Boerne's having to punt to China Spring. They get a 9-yard punt. China Spring gets good field position, and then they have one of the best kickers in the state, in Thomas Barr, who just, under pressure drills that 20-yard field goal to win state.
Yep. Let's finish off with a little cap off with Boerne. First time at state. I thought Jackson Bays was very impressive as a sophomore quarterback. I mean, he had a lot of poise. He made a lot of smart decisions. Didn't really make any bad throws or mistimed throws that you would expect maybe from a sophomore quarterback. I thought he just really was composed and didn't let the moment get to him.
Yeah, he was solid. I mean, he'll get bigger and stronger. There was a couple of maybe underthrown balls. They weren't bad decisions.
Sure.
It's just underthrown balls. But I think as he gets bigger and stronger, matures, he'll be able to make those throws next year. Boerne's going to be they're a powerhouse in Region 4. They're going to be in the mix once again. Shea Hendrickson's done a great job with that program. They're going to be in the mix. And what can you say about China Spring? China Spring and Franklin both moving up from Division 2 to Division 1. Franklin in 3A, China Spring in 4A, winning a state title back-to-back. Very impressive for China Spring.
Yep, so congrats China Spring on your second back-to-back title, I should say. And remember, this is our second game on Friday, and we got one more to go, one more day to go after this. Keep it tuned to TexasFootball.com and DCTF on Twitter. We'll be here.